G'day guys and girls, it is your boy Temp Sits here, and today I'm doing something a little different. I'm bringing to you a video about my teeth. I just got delivered this little box of magic right here, which is from Smile Direct Club. Alrighty, so I've got the very first set in now. As you can, well, you can't really see. I've got a little bit of a lisp. It's not too bad. It's not amazing, but it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, they're hard to see when they're in. Is it going? And let's try and zoom in on that. Yeah, so there's like, you can see just the edges down here, but they went in pretty nicely and they don't hurt too bad. So that's cool. This is how I look before Smile Direct Club. It's not pretty yellow teeth, and they look pretty funky. This is what I look like after Smile Direct Club. Obviously there's little gaps in the bite, but you get what you pay for. Alright, first of all, let me just say that I'm not intentionally wearing the same outfit. That just happened by chance. I've also grown this disgusting little bit of facial hair just to prove the passage of time to you guys. Now today I'm going to be talking about my personal experience with Smile Direct Club. Now I was on a 4-month plan, and it's finished. Obviously, it's been 4 months since I did it. The teeth are looking a lot straighter, and they're also looking a lot less yellow. Part of that has got to do with the teeth brightening that comes with the kit, and the biggest part is to do with how much more I was brushing my teeth. I was brushing my teeth 4 times a day roughly while I was on my Smile Direct plan. I was doing it when I woke up in the morning, after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner when I went to bed. That obviously has a huge difference on how your smile looks color-wise. Obviously the teeth are a lot straighter, but you've come to click in this video to see what it's really like getting Smile Direct and the truth behind it. So there's a few different things we can talk about there. So I originally got my first scans just on Boxing Day 2019, so just after Boxing Day I got a Boxing Day sale, so I got a little bit of money off and the teeth cleaner with it, and also got like a $50 or $40 back on an FPOS card. Also, just before we get started, if you are interested in getting Smile Direct Club yourself and this video convinces you, I've got a link in the description that will give you $150 off your Smile plan, and it'll also give me some money as well, so that'll work for the both of us. Right, now the first thing that I want to talk about is probably the most important thing in people deciding it, other than whether or not it works. And as you can see, my teeth are a little bit better. They're straighter. So that's the main thing. The next thing people talk about is cost. Now my plan cost me $2,250 with the Boxing Day sale, and Invisalign I was quoted between $6,000 and $9,000 depending on whether I went to a dentist or an orthodontist. And this is for the same Invisalign scans. Now, as far as I went to a Smile shop, which was Smile Direct Smile shops, and got the 3D scan of my teeth, which is the same thing that Invisalign did when I went and got the scans done with them. The technology seemed the same to me as the user. Can't tell you what the back end's like, but seemed pretty similar. The actual fitment, I didn't have any issues with being sent wrong aligners or anything else. I just went through my box as it said. each time I'd open up the new one, put them in. I didn't check them all at the start or anything. Other people have done that and have had issues. I just ripped them open and went as I went along. Now, most of them fit pretty well. They were all slightly different. Sometimes I'd have bigger lisps with some retainers than I didn't have in the next one. The lisping wasn't too bad for the whole process, but it also depended. Some of them, they stuck down a little bit more, so your tongue would hit it and you'd have a little bit more of a lisp. And also, as far as fitment, there was a couple of aligners that I sort of, I used the file to file down a little bit, but most of the time I didn't bother and I got through it. Now, it is weird, the week 1 and the week 2 aligners are a lot thinner. So then you go to a week 3 and 4 aligner, which you have for 2 weeks, and they're a lot thicker. So then you get back to the next month's and it's a thin one and it's just getting used to them. Another very helpful thing is getting little dissolvable denture cleaners. I found them to be very effective in cleaning them and keeping them fresh because they do get manky pretty quickly. A lot of people couldn't tell when I was wearing them when I wasn't. I felt like the lisp was very obvious, but I had people at work tell me that they weren't aware. My girlfriend was constantly asking whether or not I had them in because she couldn't tell from looking at me. Obviously I could tell in the mirror, but yeah, so they are quite unnoticeable when they're in your mouth. And if you didn't tell people, they wouldn't know. Now, as far as wearing, now I tried to wear them as much as possible. I took them out for meals, left them in when I was at the gym and working out, left them in at night all the time. And yeah, just sort of, I didn't take any painkillers or anything. I just dealt with the pain for the first day. And honestly, after the first month, it stops being, you get used to it. Right? You get used to the ache of your mouth widening, and so it stops hurting as much as it does at the start. The first week or 2 are rough, and a lot of people take painkillers and use dental wax and stuff. I didn't bother with that and I got through it. Also, when you very first start, you're not used to your teeth moving around, so it's hard to eat as well at the start, which is something to be aware of. Everything hurts, so you want softer foods, but that goes away. So I obviously had crowding in my mouth. Smile Direct has widened it out and straightened it out, so it looks a lot better. It's not perfect. It's created a little bit of a bite issue. There's a little bit of gaps there, but I'm not too fussed. The reason being that I spent this money on Smile Direct. I don't think I would have spent the $6,000 to $9,000 on Invisalign. I just wouldn't have pulled the pin on that. But I'm very happy that I did with Smile Direct. I'm happy because it wasn't super expensive and it was pretty much effective. I wasn't fussed about getting the perfect smile, a movie star smile. I'm not gonna be a movie star anyway. But I'm happy that it looks better and I feel a lot better about my smile, but it didn't break the bank. The other part of the finance thing to consider is with Invisalign, of that $6,000 to $9,000, with my health fund, I would have been able to claim $2,500 off of that price. Whereas with Smile Direct, I wasn't able to claim anything. My health fund, which was Health Partners in South Australia, in case anyone was wondering, don't cover tele-dentistry. Now, as far as I've seen online in the Facebook groups, a lot of people have issues claiming with their health fund with Smile Direct. That being said, $6,000 minus $2,500 is still almost double what I paid for Smile Direct. Well, it is. It's exactly still double what I paid for Smile Direct. So it's definitely a lot cheaper. Now, the other issue people have is their issues with contacting and following up with Smile Direct. Now, I had these issues. I tried when I was contacting them about health insurance issues. They weren't very responsive at all. It was hard to get out of them. I also didn't get the message for my 90-day checkup where they're meant to check your plan and see how it's tracking. So I emailed them a couple of weeks later and they said, oh yeah, we'll send you out another thing. I sent the photos off like I was meant to, didn't hear anything back from that. It was almost the end of my plan by then. And also I ordered my retainers halfway through, and when I was checking up with the end of it, the 90-day checkup, when I was following up with that, I asked them and they said that the aligners hadn't been ordered yet. So they sent me my first pair for free. And the retainers are basically just like your last set of aligners, and you just wear them at night. Now they do nighttime plans at the moment. I can't really tell you much about them because mine was a 22 plus hour a day plan. From what I can see though, is that it's exactly the same product. They're just getting you to wear them at night instead of all day and doubling all the lengths of everything. So take that as you will. If you want it done half the time, wear them all the time. I think that's how it works. Not entirely sure. Didn't get them. Now it seems like they're offering a lot of nighttime plans. I wouldn't want to do this for twice as long personally. I was very lucky, however, that for the second half of my plan, COVID-19 was happening, so I didn't have to worry about going out drinking and going out for lunches and dinners and stuff with my retainers and having to deal with that because everything's closed at the moment. So a little bit of a Rona blessing in disguise. Now, as far as time frames, I got the scans just after Boxing Day. I received my aligners at the start of January, and I've now finished my plan. I finished my plan on the 5th or the 6th of May, so that's the time frame in it. Everything was really quick. The other thing is, even with that retainer mess up, they sent me free retainers and they arrived a couple of days before my plan was meant to end. So that's pretty cool. I paid up front and in full for mine. Supposedly people have better experiences when they do pay it up front as far as the timing of how everything takes and how long it takes to get things sent. They might have fixed that up now, not entirely sure, but that's what I found. I found everything to be quite snappy. And also, if you pay month by month, you get free retainers. But I got free retainers anyway for the first lot because they stuffed up my order. But yeah, that basically covers my experience with Smile Direct. I'm pretty happy. I'm happy with how much it cost. The service isn't amazing. Obviously the Smile's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was for how much money I spent. And if you want to do the same thing, I've got the link below. That'll get you a little bit of discount on your Smile Direct order if you want to do that. Not a dentist, not an orthodontist. Definitely check with dentists and orthodontists if you're even a candidate for something like Invisalign, because if they say no, there's no way, Smile Direct aren't going to be able to do something special, but they do tend to push people through plans anyway. If there's too much movement, it can be bad for roots of your teeth, apparently. Once again, not a doctor or dentist. Go check it out with them. If you want a budget version and it's the difference between getting it or not doing it like it was for me, go to Smile Direct. And yeah, thanks for that. Cheers guys, enjoy.